you always seen a guy show up and there's like 30 guys. I'm going to fight all of you, you know what I mean? And he has to fight 30 guys, and it's like a karate class or a kung fu school or something. Or there's 30 bad guys all at once, and he's got to fight them all at the same time. And that's kind of a standard scene in the kind of the chop-socky, you know, kung fu movie. And so I wanted to do that scene. We had this idea of creating a fight club situation where there's an underground place where there are guys fighting.
One of the things that we wanted to try and do with this show was to mix martial arts, more particularly the Hong Kong style, with a more street style. There is a bit of a challenge just finding 15 guys who are anywhere near Jet's capability to fight. So there was a fairly extensive audition process to find the best fight guys in town.
I met the guys who run the UFC, and I was impressed with them. I said, look, it'd be really good if I could get some of your guys, some of your ringers to come in here and really do this for us. And we got some really great guys. I mean, we got some of the guys who really have done very well in the UFC. And I just thought it'd be fun to, you've never seen a guy like Jet, martial arts, fighting 19, 20 guys who are all bigger, tougher, stronger than he is, all at the same time.
My name is Stephen Quadros. My nickname is the Fight Professor. I'm the martial arts technical advisor on the film, and I'm choreographing a couple fight scenes in this big fight club. I brought in 3 guys from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. I brought in 2-time heavyweight champion Randy the Natural Couture. I brought in the current light heavyweight champion Tito Ortiz, and the current light heavyweight #1 contender Chuck Liddell.
My background is in wrestling, specifically Greco-Roman style wrestling. Kickboxing is my specialty, but I'm a rounded fighter. I do about a little bit of everything.
My first style is wrestling, but actually in the mixed martial arts of Ultimate Fighting Championship, you gotta have kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and those are my main powers.
In the beginning, we decided to fight with 4 guys, 5 guys. Then Joe, one day, Joe come in and said, oh, I want no more, I want no more, I want no more. So he put 15, 20 guys in the small case.
This is going to be one of the best scenes in the movie because Jet Li get to fight maybe about 20 stand guys, and then they have maybe 4 of the best fighters in the world, you know, people from the UFC, kickboxers.
They have a lot of good fighters, some champions on the air, so they're pretty strong, very good. I think in the real life, they can kill me in the second. Now you go to the camera. If I put this way, you go to the camera. So they go there, they still go back. And that way, I have a room.
The main scene we're in is me and Tito actually fighting. You know, it's a really anticipated fight is me and him fighting anyway. He's the champion in my weight in the UFC, and I'm the #1 contender. So eventually, we're actually going to fight in real life.
The training that I do is 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. This is 14 hours a day, but ours is more cardio and it's more of a workout deal. Here is more of sitting back and choreographing, making everything's perfect for the camera.
It's been great. They've kind of helped us, you know, figure out what we need to do. I mean, obviously, movie stunts and movie fighting is a little bit different than the reality fighting that we're used to. So they're kind of helping us make that adjustment.
These UFC guys are brutal. I mean, they are full contact fighters. I mean, they don't pull punches. They're wailing on each other, and it's scary. I mean, and we would be doing a sequence with a few takes, and we'd say, look, guys, you know, you don't have to be this hard on each other. And they were saying, it's okay, we know what we're doing, and then boom, you hear these guys, bam, boom, bam. It's like, why are they doing that? Guys, you don't have to do that. It's okay. I mean, and there's blood everywhere, and I mean, it's like pretty scary. Guys, please, we have a lot of takes. Okay. Corey really worked with these guys a lot and really, you know, made them understand what we're trying to do and how to do it over and over again.
In the script, the fights aren't really described. It basically says fight scene. I mean, there's a little description, and we leave that for Corey to choreograph. And we'll sit down and we'll just talk with Corey, with Joel and Andre about the essence of the fight and how long we think we want it to be. And they take that information and they basically videotape a choreographed fight with their fight team.
Corey is a giant talent. I met Corey on Lethal Weapon 4. We talked about the fights in the movie, and I because I knew The Matrix was going to come along, and the Matrix fights are just so outrageous and so unbelievable. I didn't want to try to compete with that, and so I felt that we would kind of limit our wire activity. I mean, there is wire work in the movie because there just has to be, but the fights are not that fanciful. They're very brutal. It's much tighter and closer. It doesn't feel as theatrical as it just is tough and hard.
Grab some of the tapes to research on these guys. So when working with them, he found there's a little difference between movie fighting and the real fighting, I mean the ultimate fighting. He want you to punch him hard, and that is a little time to communicate, because Jet doesn't want to really kick on them. And then after working a while, they find they're very, very nice, and they were very enthusiastic in the movies. So they work together very well to create this fight sequence with Jet.
We try to decide different kind of movement, fighting. It's interesting. It's very exciting to make that scene, and took us 10 days to finish that one scene.
It's a fantastic sequence. I mean, Corey really outdid himself in it, because it really is beautifully choreographed. And again, you're seeing that other things are happening at the same time, and the guys keep coming, and it's a wild and raucous scene. We sit in a room with the art department and the writers and the stunt guys, and we think of what we haven't seen before. The descender, which is a device the stunt guys use for high falls, is a kind of pulley system that allows the stunt guy to fall at a level that slows the descent, which is undetectable by the audience, by the camera, so that he doesn't really ever hit the ground. They were telling us that there was a new device that was created that allowed the descender to work off a computer program that allowed it to descend, stop, descend, stop, descend, stop. So we had the idea, there was this really great building in Santa Monica, right on the ocean, which you enter from the roof, and then the floors go down from there.
Stunts basically that Jet jumps off of a building backwards and has to descend floor by floor until he reaches the apartment that he's looking for, and then he crashes through that window.
First day we have a meeting, Joe already tell me, say, the first shot, you need to come on from the rooftop, jump up until the floor, you come in. They thought it's so cool.
On the day when we actually do the shots, he drops down and hits. When he catches, he has a microphone on, and when he swings and does all his action, he says go, and we drop him to the next one. So he's sort of in control of when he goes, and then we're in control of where he goes to. On that specific stunt, there's probably 3 or 4 cameras that were, integrated with the stunt.
We've used a 1930s era rooftop crane with extremely cutting-edge controlled generators and winches to drop Jet's character full speed down a building. Being able to use that cutting-edge equipment allowed him to slow down and catch each floor and make it look absolutely real. Looks like he's doing it.
Go! 3, 2, 1, go!
Huge stunt, big challenge, and so one of the ways it was shot was actually really cool. As the stunt person's going down, the camera's going up, so people get a full kind of shot of a person going up. Should make for a really cool scene.
For the character, is just do some special movement, different way to show the guy's skill so good. He can control his body. It's movie can make everything happen.
This is a VistaVision projector, which is 8 perf. It's where regular 35 millimeter is 4 perfs. This has twice the negative area.
The subway was another big challenge because the sequence is such that we could not do it in the real subway. Los Angeles, the subway is fairly new and there's basically 1 or 2 lines. So we had a very narrow window of time in which we could film.
This projector was made in the 50s in conjunction with Mitchell Camera and Paramount Studios. Paramount Studios was the one that originated VistaVision. And so they worked with the Mitchell Camera to develop this process projector. We've used this on a lot of pictures. We used it on Top Gun, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, and many other pictures.
Sometimes the old way of doing things is very effective. And when Andre was working on Speed, he was a cinematographer of Speed. They had a sequence in the train, and since both Andre and Jan de Bont, who was the director and had been a cameraman, they figured, rear screen projection was the best way to do this because it could give it a real quality and not have to put all the green screen in later. And they could do it with, it's an in the camera type effect as opposed to a visual effect. So they went and shot plates. The subway wasn't really working yet, so they were able to get in there and actually shoot these wild plates. So we were able to get those plates, and by getting those plates again, it made the process a lot easier for us to do. So we were able to do the sequence with the subway against this rear screen projection.
And we still use carbon arcs in these projectors. Carbon arc it still has, even though it's very old technology, it still has the flattest field and the best light quality of any light source out there, even though carbon arc actually predates light bulbs.
That's the magic of movies. The best part about seeing the finished product is sitting back and looking at it to be seamless.